Novak Djokovic came out in support of the student protests, and in return, he had to leave his country. But he still did not stop supporting the protests. Now, what exactly happened and what do I want us to understand from this example? Please hear me out here. Back in 2024, during the Paris Olympics, Novak Djokovic had won the gold medal. After that, their Prime Minister came out in support of Djokovic and he talked about how he's a great admirer and he wants to build an entire museum for Djokovic. Djokovic also was openly good friends with a lot of the politicians and the Prime Minister, of course. Now, during that same year, in November, a railway station in Serbia collapses. The canopy of the railway station collapses. And many people die in this incident. After the student protests take over, university students take over the entire country with nationwide protests demanding accountability, responsibility and resignations from the Prime Minister. They believe that this incident happened because of the rampant corruption that the government had been doing and because of certain non-democratic practices that the government had been doing for the past decade or so. Now, Djokovic came out in support of these protests. He stood by the youth. He openly spoke about this. Despite his political connections and being friends with these politicians and the Prime Minister, he came out in support of the students that were demanding resignation of the Prime Minister. In retaliation, of course, a lot of political pressure came upon his family. They faced a few threats and eventually they shifted out of Serbia to Greece. Nonetheless, he kept supporting the protest. Even at the Australian Open, he openly wrote a message in support of one of the victims during the protest. Now, what happened at the end of these protests was that the Prime Minister of Serbia did resign. But what I'm trying to really make you all understand is Novak Djokovic realized that he was at a position of influence and power because of the support of the youth. The youth directly looks at him as a source of inspiration regardless of whatever they do in their life. And if he does not come out in support of the youth, if he does not stand by the youth, they need a figure. They need someone like him to come out and talk with the kind of position of power that Djokovic had. What I mean by all of this is that even in our country, the cricketers hold a great sense of influence and power and position in our country, right? It is great that a person like Shubman Gill has finally come out in support and talked about this. What I want the other cricketers, other famous cricketers or athletes of our country to realize is that the position of influence and power that you have achieved is regardless of the political power that may surround you. It is because of the youth that supports you every time you go out on the field. It is because of the youth that shows up at the stadiums and watches you through social media or on TV. You stand because of them. So yeah, it's really not about ICC and BCCI allowing you. It's really about what you align by and what you believe in. If you believe in your youth, stand by it.